everybody. Welcome
Hi.
to our episode 4.
Wow, number
of
4.
Library Cooks. We're very excited. This week we are
Grilling.
Grilling burgers, everything. It's actually Lexington Burger Week.
Oh.
So we thought we
Why
would
not?
switch and do, instead of just grilling everything, doing some burgers.
Some
for you.
actually burgers.
Yes.
And then I grilled something else.
Yes.
So, you know me.
Never following the rules. Actually, speaking of the rules that we set for ourselves, where we were going to make the same thing
Right.
out of one, we actually didn't.
Didn't do it. We didn't do it.
Yeah, this time we made 2 things out of the same book,
Which
so,
I think is good.
Yeah.
I think we could pass. You know,
I think
you don't have to do it right all the
Yeah,
time.
I think we're fine. We're fine. It's still 3 books. It's just 4 recipes, so you get an extra.
Hey, a bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus, pop, pop, pop.
All right, so to start us off, we used the Good Housekeeping Burgers book. And with a name like Burgers, you think, yeah, there's going to be some neat stuff in here. And they have all kinds of sections. It's a really nice, compact book.
I thought it was really well laid out. I kind of like the tips at the bottom. And it's just not burgers. I mean, they talk about how to make certain types of mayo, how to make some kind of topping for your burger.
They have fish burgers. They have
Wing burgers.
wings. So not just beef. They also have veggie burgers, a variety.
Yes.
So not just a black bean burger or a portobello mushroom burger.
Cheesy burgers.
Yes. So they've got all kinds of really neat, and each recipe just about has a picture, a full page picture, which I appreciate very much.
I was really curious. I did not make this, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Was this chicken apple burger?
Oh, yeah, that does sound pretty good.
And I thought, wow, I might actually make it at some point in time. But it's basically apple, and then I think it's ground chicken. Mm-hmm. But it's with cranberry sauce.
That's a very interesting, very fall type burger.
So I'm thinking maybe this fall I'm going to make a chicken apple burger.
I bet, too, you could kind of, if you got ground turkey, you could do that, and it would be very
rather do that.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of ground chicken.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
It's very lean, as I remember from,
so is ground turkey,
10 years ago.
Yeah, when you were doing that stuff. I don't know. If it says ground turkey, like I'll make soup or something, or I'm going to make something and it'll say ground turkey meatballs or something for your soup, I'll be like, nope, and I'll just make it turkey.
Yeah.
It works just the same. It's fine.
This is the book we talked about that, we made 2 different things out of it. Mm-hmm. So the thing that I made was their just basic black bean burger.
Which I was going to make. It's so funny. We didn't even talk about it. And I ended up not making it because I had a feeling you might make it.
This one seems like it would have a lot of good flavor. It calls for cumin and coriander, so you're really spicing the beans so that it's just not bean taste. This one's supposed to have a little bit of a Southwest inspiration. It has you make a chipotle mayo, which...
Was it good?
Very good.
Okay.
You take one of the chipotle chilies and adobo sauce and chop it up and mix it with about 2 tablespoons of mayo. And it was very good. The chipotle chilies, if you've never had them, they are very spicy. So you really, if you taste it and it's too spicy, you can add more mayo, and that will cool it down a little bit.
Yeah, too much would be hot.
So this one, actually, I was mildly disappointed in. I was really looking forward to it. It seems really straightforward, but it was very wet, and so it didn't hold together.
Oh, no.
So what I ended up doing is when I made it, you pat out your patties, but it was making this really unsettling noise as I was patting it out.
I could see that.
Yeah. So I decided to go with the recipe as written and go ahead and just do 2 of the burgers and see what would happen.
Okay.
And they went in fine. And then when it came time to flip it, because you only cook it for about 10 minutes and you're supposed to flip it, it says in here carefully once.
Oh,
so
okay.
I go to flip it carefully and it just
broke apart.
Splorts out.
Yeah.
Into like bean juice. So what I ended up doing to kind of fix it was instead of going back and re-blending everything, I just took some whole breadcrumbs and just re-patted out the rest of the mixture.
So
and that helped.
So the recipe calls for breadcrumbs.
It does,
But that's not a lot of breadcrumbs.
Yeah, a quarter of a cup of plain breadcrumbs is really not very much, especially unless you go in and you towel dry your beans.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to be enough to really get it.
No.
And it was fine. It certainly dried it up, and they made it more patty-like. And it was good, but it was just so bland. So bland.
That's so disappointing.
So if you make this, it calls for a quarter teaspoon of cumin and a quarter teaspoon of coriander, which is just not enough.
No.
So I would almost quadruple it and have it be a full teaspoon. I don't know. We also ended up having to sub the mayonnaise. Typically, we would use just regular mayonnaise, but I intended to give this to my toddler who's allergic to eggs.
So you couldn't do that.
So we used a vegan mayo, which it tasted just like mayo. So I don't think that was necessarily it, but maybe there's more of a tang because you put half of the mayo it calls for into the chipotle mayo and half of it into the mixture for the burger.
Okay.
So that
could have been the reason.
Given it a little, it was just a little off, a little bland.
You're just like,
Yeah. I was really looking forward to it though, because I haven't made burgers where you pat them out in forever.
You're like, oh, this is fun. Oh, this isn't working.
Yeah. No, I was getting more and more nervous as I was making them. And they were all over my hands. Like, man. That's
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you're kind of like, oh, I'm done with that.
So I think with the adjustment of more breadcrumbs, more spices, maybe switching to something tangier like Miracle Whip instead of mayonnaise.
I would
to
have
give it something.
I would have to say
it
no.
needs.
Sorry, I cannot do that. Well, I'm not a mayonnaise fan anyway. I mean, I use it to make tuna salad or something, but it's like, I'm one of those I like mayo people.
Anti-mayo.
I'm just not that person.
But I wonder, too, if you used a little bit of the chipotle chili sauce and mix that in with the burger.
I bet that might have helped.
That would, I think, bring it up.
Give it a little more kick.
It just needs a little something extra than what this recipe. And there are actually 2 recipes for black bean burgers.
Yes,
in this, there's this one, and then there's one that is specifically called Southwestern black bean burger.
And that's the one you did, right?
I did the just plain black bean burger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's still a little Southwest inspired. So I think maybe that one might be a little more flavorful than this one because it has a lot of extra. There's hot pepper sauce in it.
So that was what was messing me up with your talking about it was because I'm looking at the recipe for the Southwestern and I'm like, gosh, all that stuff and it's still bland. But that does happen though. Doesn't mean it's going to have flavor.
Yeah, even with a list of a bunch of spices in it, if it's too low, then it's not.
It's not going to taste like anything. It's just going to be. Bleh.
It's going to be very beany, which is fine. I like beans, but I don't necessarily want to eat just mashed beans.
No. You're not making refried beans or something.
Yeah, it's like a refried bean pancake.
That's hilarious.
So what did you make out of this one?
Okay, so I'm looking at the book and I looked at the Southwestern black bean burger and I thought, oh, I bet Erin was going to do that. So because at the very front of the book it says on page 14, our best burger. And I thought, okay, they're claiming this is their best burger. So I thought, why not? And it's a good burger. It's, a very super simple, and it's probably what most people, if you make pat out your own hamburgers by hand, it's probably what most people would typically make. I don't think that there's any, I don't know. Yeah. It's basically pepper, salt, and a really good ground chuck.
Yeah, it looks
I mean, that is as straightforward as you can get. And I think what really is going to make the difference in this burger, and it's a good burger, and if you have a good burger, then you can top it with a lot of other good things. Mm-hmm. They give a lot of ideas in this book, from making it south of the border to making a Reuben, making a mango tango.
And they sound really good. And I think you could probably even take this bland black bean burger and put one of these on it.
You would have made it probably really nice.
And it would have, I think, really punched that up. So,
yes. There is so many ways you probably could have fixed it.
Yeah.
But because we do this podcast and we try to stick to the recipe so we can talk about it.
Yeah, because if we go in and we're just editing, and then if we're not really
we're not doing it, yeah, that doesn't really work. So the burger I made was just our best burger, and I decided to just use what I had at the house, which was I had pepper jack cheese, and I had jalapenos and all that kind of stuff. So I just chopped that up, made it really extra hot with a really good bun. It was just a regular sesame seed bun. And I didn't use mayonnaise. I used A1.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really good.
It sounds really good.
It was really good. So you can make that burger whatever you want. And I think that's kind of where, that's what makes this book a great, kind of a fun book, is you could go crazy with this Our Best Burger. Yeah.
So how does ground chuck different than just regular ground beef?
I think this is a little more fatty. And so I guess when you like what you like, I think, if you go to the store and you look through their meat section and they have the patties already, you have your 80-20, you have 90-10. I like a leaner meat, but you got to have fat in it. If not, it's just going to be like nothing. It's not going to taste good. So I think this ground chuck is probably, it just says ground chuck. I would think ground chuck has a little more fat content. Yeah. It's going to make it a better burger. It's like if you're grilling steak and you look for the marble lines of the fat. If you don't have any of that, it's probably not going to be good.
Yeah. And that's what I think a couple episodes ago where I talked about making the sausage and adding the fat that it doesn't render out. So you have to, fat is what gives you the flavor.
Fat is key.
Yes.
To making a good anything, really, I think, at this point. So, yeah, I thought it was a good burger. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I made it the way I would want to eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of not your typical. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like a lot of things. I'm kind of like a plain Jane cheese hamburger person. But, yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
Definitely do it again.
So what was your kind of overall impression of this book?
I really liked it. What I thought was kind of cool was there's even this, I didn't make it, but there's a quick pickle recipe. And it's like to make for your burger if you want. And it has like cool little things like that. Like how to make a slider. I like the ideas in this book. It gave me some ideas. Maybe I wouldn't use it for a burger, maybe.
Yeah.
Like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's one that I thought
that looks good too.
Really kind of a fun recipe in here. It's a dill tuna burger, and it has potato chips as a topping.
Oh, love it.
On it. So it's really a creative book, so it's not just going to be...
And it gives good tips.
Yes. So there's all kinds of things, and really, if you're vegetarian like I am, you can make one of the veggie burgers, but then go back and find the different toppings from some of the others, and go and put it on
whatever. I thought this was nice little, just fun things that you could do to really change up your burger.
Yeah, they have a lot of good tips in here, and it's really written very plainly. It's very easy to understand.
And it's good food guaranteed.
Yes, it has a guarantee right on the front.
And it's Good Housekeeping, so I figure they've done some research to make this.
And I like how there's just this little banner at the top of each recipe that tells you active time, total time, and how many it makes, just right up front. So,
there's no guessing. Like, I don't know.
And if you're a calorie counter, it's really nice, too. Because at the end, they give you the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the sodium, which is really important. So it really tells you what's all in it.
Right.
Also. So that makes it very easy.
And there's a pimento cheeseburger.
Yes. And we didn't make it.
We
didn't make it this time because...
Just make pimento cheese.
Yes. So what's the other book that you used?
So I used the Secret to the Great Charcoal Grilling on the Weber.
Ooh.
Yes. And I don't own a Weber.
I don't either.
Webers are really nice grills. I don't own a Weber. But, hey.
Yeah.
So what I did was the other thing that I didn't was a not meat item of our grilling was grilled romaine salad with honey balsamic dressing.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And this is very good. You do have to pay attention to if you're using charcoal, this is what this is. It's all charcoal grilling in this book. I'm sure you could do it on a propane.
I think you could.
I have both propane and charcoal at my house that's combined.
Oh.
So both sides one is propane and one is charcoal. And it's
fancy.
Awesome. So yes, it's fancy. This recipe is very simple. Mm-hmm. It's basically the dressing, which is olive oil, your balsamic honey and the garlic. Basically, you mix up your little dressing. Mm-hmm. You take your romaine, of course, wash it, make good, let it dry really, really well. Take and sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on that romaine. Put it on your grill for just 1 or 2 seconds and flip it. And you should see just some little bit of brown, a little bit of char. You don't want a lot. Take it off. Okay. Do all your leaves and then let it cool. You can serve it as whole leaves and sprinkle the dressing on it, or you can chop it up, tear it up, and then just use your dressing. Sprinkle some Parmesan on that. Mm-hmm. You could add more to it. This was a very simple. As I thought about later, I would definitely do this again. But what made me think of it was I don't know if I would use the honey balsamic. Oh. I think this would be awesome with Caesar.
Oh. A grilled Caesar.
Grilled Caesar salad.
That would be really good. And then if you wanted, you could grill some chicken just on the side and then toss it all together.
You got a grilled. Yeah, and this takes seconds. I mean, you're not going to make this if you don't have the grill already hot. Okay. You're not going to waste your time doing that because it literally takes 2 minutes. You don't want it to be on there.
I feel like there's some experience there.
You don't want to do that. So your grill's already hot. You have the romaine. Maybe you're making burgers. Maybe you're grilling some chicken. You're like, hey, I'm just going to throw this romaine on there and grill it for a few minutes, take it in, chop up. You got a salad.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was delicious. I would definitely do it again.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So this book, obviously it's going to focus mostly on meat. But what's kind of interesting is that as you go further, you even get into competition barbecue recipes, which is really interesting. And they show you how to break the whole thing down. So they've got a picture of this whole brisket. Yeah. They're breaking it down so they can barbecue it.
Yeah, that would not be me doing any of that. There's pizza too.
Yeah, there's pizza. The one that I keep coming back to is this raspberry mascarpone and chocolate drizzle.
That sounds
dessert
good.
Pizza.
That sounds delicious.
And it just looks so amazing. So you could do your whole meal on the grill.
Yes, you could. And it's a nice book. It's a really nice book.
And it's got a lot of sides. I really think this is a great one.
Definitely.
Especially, if you're a meat eater, this one is really good. Has
lots of
recipes.
tips at the beginning, especially about setting up your charcoal and how to. Because sometimes, I think we have this idea that we should all know how to do certain things.
Yeah,
you should never assume that someone knows how to do certain things.
Yeah,
because not everybody knows how to put the charcoal in the grill.
Right, and this one has a whole thing on indirect cooking and how you adjust your heats with brick and all kinds of. It's a really neat. It's got diagrams. So if you're new to grilling, this one is really good.
Plus, it's Weber. I think Weber's been making grills for a long time.
They have,
and they perfected.
Yeah, I think they're a trusted name in grilling.
Yeah.
So I think, the tips that they have, they're obviously specifically for the Weber, but they could be adapted if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to throw romaine on the grill.
Yes.
I mean, you can do it. You just got to pay attention.
Yeah. There's
pineapples.
Yes. All kinds of grilled lemonade. I mean, it's really creative in here.
I want to try that.
I do too. So basically what you do is you grill the lemons before you make your lemonade, and that is how you do it.
Again, your grill's already hot.
Yeah.
Why not make grilled lemonade?
Yep. It also, if you want, you can put bourbon in it. It says bourbon optional. So
let's talk about your vegan book.
Yeah, so I did grilling vegan style, and this one, it's a really colorful book. There aren't very many pictures, which I don't like. The ones that they have are full page.
What's all the different color coding?
The different colors, it seems to be each section has its own kind of color code as far as the ingredient side. But flipping through, there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily make because I just I don't know. It's hard to describe myself. Like, I guess I am very adventurous when I eat, but sometimes I look at things and I'm just like, that tries too hard. That's just real. That's just weird. I also
You're like, I could go someplace and eat that.
Yeah, I don't want to make that at home. I also have had kind of bad experience with seitan, the fake meat. It can get real slimy real fast, so I tend to avoid that.
Because you can use it to like mold it to look like
you can. It's
whatever.
Really versatile. It's wheat gluten, and so it's
right.
really versatile. But it also can go really wrong, really quickly,
like fast.
And I don't think I'm being a bad vegetarian in saying that it could easily go wrong.
You're probably not the only person that's ever said that.
So if you feel that way, I agree with you.
You might hear from them.
I might. So I might hear from people that are like, Seitan's the best ever, and I
welcome. They might be thinking you're saying Satan.
I know. I welcome your feedback. But what I made out of this was a stacked portobello burger. And so it's 2 portobello mushrooms that you stack up. And this was actually amazing.
I love mushrooms.
So good. I'm not a mushroom person just generally, but
good to me.
It was very good. It did not have the mushroomy sort of flavor. It was very easy to eat. It was very easy to make.
Do you marinate the mushroom?
You sure do. You make a marinade that is oil, balsamic vinegar, garlic powder, onion powder, and soy sauce. And this one, unlike the first one with the Burger Book, they do not underspice. They have you do 2 full teaspoons of the garlic powder and the onion powder. So you're getting a lot of good flavor with that. And it's a really quick sort of recipe. The longest part of it is that you let it marinate for
a little bit,
like 30 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah. So then you just stick it on the grill. In addition to the mushrooms, you do. Okay. Yeah. Well, the marinade has oil in it, but you do a little bit oil it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the grates. But it also has you grill a red pepper. Ooh. And you put that on top. So the way it wants you to dress it is with lettuce, tomato, onion, and then this roasted grilled red pepper. And it was really good.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it was very good.
I want to make that.
And if I think you could very easily make this a cheeseburger. So if you are vegan, you could do any of the vegan slices. It was very good without cheese, but I think it would be really good with like a Havarti or some kind of mild,
real creamy, sort of
creamy cheese. It would be very good. That goes with that balsamic. It was almost sharp. It was very good.
I could see the balsamic being real tangy. So
yeah, it was very good. I can't think of anything I would do differently, honestly, with this. The only thing is the mushrooms release so much water when they are cooked that these were kind of drippy even after the grilling while you're eating them. So that's the only complaint that I had, is that they were a little drippy.
Hey, it still tasted good.
Yeah, no, they were very good. So if that's, typical of this book, which I imagine it is, because, flipping through, they really have an understanding of how to spice things, so there's a lot of flavor. And I feel like if for a vegan person or for a vegetarian person,
you had all the ingredients.
You're gonna have this in your pantry. You're not gonna have to go
look for something.
Yeah, so you're not gonna have to specifically go buy an egg substitute or vegan mayo or something like that. You're already gonna have it.
Plus, if you're already vegan, you'd already have those things anyway.
Yeah. So it really. This one did not require a whole lot of
it seemed pretty simple.
It's very simple, and there's a lot of variety in here too. There's one that it's a pear sandwich, but it's vegan blue cheese. That's what that kind of crumbly looking stuff is.
I wonder what that was.
I hate blue cheese just generally, so
I don't like it either.
So I'm definitely not gonna try the vegan version of it
I'm not
a
fan of that either.
But if you used to be a fan of blue cheese, or you are currently a fan of blue cheese and you're not vegan,
I could see
you could use the real stuff. Yeah,
and I could see where blue cheese would go really well with pears.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could see that being delicious.
Yeah. Pear goes with a lot of really good cheese.
But I guess if you weren't a fan of blue cheese, you could also use a really sharp sort of cheese to go with it.
Yeah, I think so.
That was similar to blue cheese.
Yeah. So this one, if you are really into grilling, there's just all kinds of stuff. There's snow peas in here to grill, onion rings, artichokes. It's just a really wide variety of if you can cook it, you can cook it on the grill, basically.
Oh, yeah. And we were going to do this, and I wished we had the grilled roasted whole cauliflower.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of cauliflower, so this will probably get made by me at some point.
Yes, me too. I made a copy of it also to use.
Because I like to roast it in the oven, so the thought of making it on the grill would be fun.
And you could slice it as steaks.
Yeah. You could slice it and just grill them on steaks. Will take you less time instead of using the whole cauliflower. It's probably going to take you at least 25 to 30 minutes or more probably to roast the whole thing, and maybe longer. It's up to how big your head of cauliflower is.
Yeah, and how hot your grill is.
You got to make sure your grill's really hot.
Yeah. So, what your overall impression with our grill out burger?
I think this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed looking through all the books a lot. And there's so many. I didn't realize until we started doing this, and Erin and I were trying to pick books, that
it was hard.
It was hard to pick just a few books. We looked at books and we kind of dismissed them because they didn't really have kind of a focus of what we wanted. But overall, I think this is great. I think the books that we picked were really good.
Yes.
And there's so many here at the library that you could pick from, not just the ones that we've talked about today.
There's a wide range. Actually, on our website right now, we have just a whole list.
Yes.
On our front page of the catalog, it'll cycle through. It'll say grill out, and you just can cycle through like 30 or more. And that's not even all of them.
No. So there's more.
There's so many to check out. So if these don't appeal to you, there's tons
more.
Yes.
So don't forget your library.
Yes. Speak with your librarian and we'll get you hooked up with some good grilling books.
There you go.
All right. So I think we've well covered the subject of burgers for this burger week.
I think we have. And I think we both enjoyed most of our burgers.
Yes. I think I would make the black bean burger again. I just would edit it so that it works out. Just
create your own black bean burger recipe.
Yes. Maybe. Just use that as the base.
Yes, that's just the starting off point.
A start point. Yes.
Well, I guess we'll talk about, what are we going to talk about next time?
What are we going to talk about next time? Ooh.
I don't know.
You'll have to tune in and see.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
The books we reviewed today are Burgers by Good Housekeeping, The Secrets to Great Charcoal Grilling on the Weber by Bill Gillespie, and Grilling Vegan Style by John Schlimm.
If you've enjoyed listening, please take a minute to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Stitcher. If you have any questions for us about the cookbooks we've reviewed or books you would like us to review, you can contact us at our website, www.lexpublive.org/podcast. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Erin.
And we'll be back next time with more cookbooks and recipes to share.